In the world of classic American sedans, few names carry the same old-school charm as the Plymouth Fury. By 1990, the Fury had already gone through decades of evolution, from a fierce muscle car in the 60s to a practical, family-oriented sedan in its later years. The 1990 Plymouth Fury marked one of the last attempts by Chrysler to keep the name alive, blending traditional styling cues with modern engineering of that era. This car wasn't about turning heads on the boulevard, it was about quiet confidence, reliability, and a touch of nostalgia for a nameplate that had once ruled American streets. Starting with the exterior, the 1990 Fury carried a straightforward, no-nonsense design. It was boxy, yet proportional, with that typical late 80s to early 90s aesthetic, sharp lines, squared corners, and an upright stance. The front fascia featured a rectangular grille divided by a body-colored strip, flanked by twin rectangular headlights that gave it a serious, almost executive look. The chrome accents were subtle but effective, outlining the windows and bumpers to add just enough flash without being excessive. The side profile was clean, with straight body lines running from front to back, reflecting the car's conservative yet timeless appearance. At the rear, the full-width taillight bar was a signature touch of the era, giving the car a wide, planted look. Despite its simple design, the Fury's exterior carried a sense of sturdiness. Built on Chrysler's A-body platform, it had the kind of old-school steel construction that gave it real weight, something modern sedans can rarely match. Available in a range of muted tones like silver, beige, and dark blue, the Fury was more about quiet dignity than flash. It wasn't trying to be sporty, but it gave off an air of confidence that said, "I'll get you there, every time." Inside, the 1990 Plymouth Fury offered a spacious and comfortable cabin, a hallmark of American sedans of its time. The dashboard layout was functional, with large, easy-to-read analog gauges and simple controls that didn't distract the driver. The materials weren't luxurious, but they were durable. Soft touch vinyl and cloth upholstery dominated the cabin, and depending on the trim, you could even get a split bench seat up front, which turned this four-door sedan into a comfortable cruiser for 6 passengers. The Fury's interior design was focused on practicality. The seats were broad and plush, designed for long highway drives rather than sharp cornering. The wide door openings and generous headroom made it an easy car to get in and out of, ideal for families or older drivers. Sound insulation was surprisingly good for the time, keeping wind and road noise to a minimum. There was even a touch of elegance in the wood-grain dash accents, reminding occupants that this wasn't just any economy car, it was a Plymouth, a brand with heritage. Under the hood, the 1990 Fury wasn't about raw power, but it offered dependable performance. The base engine was a 2.5-liter inline-4 producing around 100 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. It wasn't fast by any means, but it was smooth and efficient for daily commuting. For those who wanted a bit more punch, a 3.0-liter V6 engine was available, sourced from Mitsubishi, delivering around 141 horsepower. With the V6, the Fury could handle highway speeds effortlessly and offered enough torque for comfortable overtaking. The suspension setup was tuned for comfort, not performance. Soft springs and long travel made it glide over bumps and rough roads, providing that classic, American car, floating feel. Steering was light, and the brakes were adequate for the car's size and weight. While the Fury wasn't built to carve corners, it excelled as a dependable, relaxed cruiser, perfect for cross-town commutes or long weekend drives. In terms of price, back in 1990, the Plymouth Fury started around $12,000 for the base model, while the higher trim levels with the V6 engine and more features could reach close to $15,000. Today, finding a well-preserved example is rare, but enthusiasts who appreciate Chrysler's late 80s engineering can still find them for around $4,000 to $6,000, depending on condition. The 1990 Plymouth Fury might not be the flashiest or fastest sedan ever built, but it represents a fascinating time in American automotive history, when cars were transitioning from the boxy styles of the past into the smoother, more aerodynamic designs of the 90s. It's a car that reminds us of a simpler era, when comfort, dependability, and practicality were the true benchmarks of a good ride. For collectors or fans of vintage sedans, the Fury remains a quiet icon, a reminder that even the most unassuming cars can leave a lasting impression.